Here we go. Work exam went well. Normally I'd be celebrating with a drink tonight, but cup of tea. Cheers. What are you drinking? Another awesome thing happened today. I met a iconic Australian pub band from late 70s, early 80s, the Radiators. You give me head, you give me head. You probably don't know about the Radiators. The people I was with, they were too young. They were like, who? I was like, ah. And I checked to see where their gigs were, and there's one in my area in about 5 days. I was like, ooh, I've got the time off as well. Should I go? Should I stay or should I go now? That's the question. I might go. You'll find out. I only just found out about it. So I'm thinking it'll be a rowdy drinking crowd, that's for sure. And I won't be the youngest person in the crowd, which is good. But it's great that I got to talk to them. So at the gig, I'll be able to say, hey, I spoke to you only 5 days ago. Remember me? They'll be like, no, they don't remember me. I'm very rememberable person. I'm a rock star too, aren't I? Anyway, today is about willpower. Will the power be with us? If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. By Anonymous. Don't even know who said that, but it's pretty good. Experiment with me, let's go. For our purposes, we will specifically define willpower as using conscious mental energy or effort to stop doing something, like drinking, or start doing something else, like exercise. Still haven't been to the gym. I'm a member though. Step one, baby steps. Baby step into the gym. Baby step onto the treadmill. Baby steps on the treadmill. Little baby steps. If you've ever tried to lose weight, stop gambling, or make your bed every day for a month, you've probably tried to harness the willpower to get through it. Spending 30 days alcohol free is no different. It's, hey, it's only 30 days or 33 in other people's cases. How hard could this be? Well, here's the deal with willpower. It's a finite and exhaustible resource. Willpower can also be defined as the ability to resist short-term temptations in order to meet the long-term goals. Some people think it's a skill that can be honed and perfected. Some people think that. Or a muscle that can be built up and maintained, but it doesn't seem to actually work that way, does it? Now, research shows it's more like an energy reserve, and when the reserve is low, there's not much we can do about it to get that willpower topped back up. Oh, yay! Oh, yay! Why does it do that? Mark Mervyn, an associate professor of sociology at Case Western Reserve University, he wanted to understand why he had lots of willpower at certain times, but not others. He conducted an experiment, like us, but he's a professor. So he wanted to prove that willpower was more effective when conserved and that when taxed, it could run out. Subjects, under the guise that they were participating in a taste based experiment, were placed in a room with two bowls on the table. One bowl was full of fresh baked cookies, and the other was full of radishes. Half the subjects were told to eat the cookies and ignore those radishes, and the other half were told to eat the radishes and ignore the cookies. Oh, it's a bummer for them. They were like, oh, have to, no cookies for me. I wanted to, yeah. After 5 minutes, both groups were given a puzzle that appeared easy but did not actually have any solution at all. Haha, tricked them. Because the puzzle was impossible, continuing to work on it required willpower. The subjects who had previously used willpower to ignore those damn cookies worked on the puzzle for 60%. Wow, 60% less time than the subjects who had not used any willpower. They were jumping away like the Cookie Monster. I would like some milk and cookies, please. This is a library. We do not serve milk and cookies. Oh, I'll have some books and some milk and cookies. Stop it, Paul. Let's go. And there was a drastic difference in the attitudes of those two groups. The radish eaters, let's call them the radish eaters, were grumpy and frustrated. They had radish breath. No wonder they were frustrated. And even snapped at the researchers. Used up all that willpower. 60% less time. It's a big percentage. So, willpower takes up energy. Every decision you make requires you to expend a certain amount of energy. And that includes energy you might prefer to save up for exercising that willpower. If you have a hard day at work and you've had to make lots of decisions, your energy and willpower will both be lower. This is why it's easier to resist that temptation early in the day, but by the time 5 o'clock hits, it comes around and you just want that martini. Shaken, not stirred. It's exhausting exercising your willpower all day, and it's run out. Get me a drink. There's also something called the what the hell, WTH, what the hell effect, which explains what happens when you abandon your quest for willpower and just give in to temptation. And then, since you feel badly for just giving in that little bit, you throw caution to the wind and you end up going, well, I've had one cookie, let's have the whole box. We'll start again tomorrow. What the hell? You slip up and drink, regret sets in, but since you've already had one drink, you think, well, hell, might as well get drunk now. I'm finding this video, me doing this, is keeping me not having that one drink at the time being, but this is just the beginning, so we'll see how I go. How you going? Let, let me know. You sleeping? I'll be having the magnesium and the ashwagandha again tonight. No matter how much willpower you started the day with, by the time happy hour rolls around, it's pretty much gone. You might be able to muster up willpower for that evening, but about when you get home, what about then? And then what about the next day? Oh, and what about the next day after that? When does the willpower run out? And what are we going to do? What will we do? What? Let's just lock ourselves in our house and never go out. So, don't go see that band, The Radiators. Great opportunity. I should go. Clearly, willpower is not the answer as long as your cognitive dissonance around drinking remains firmly embedded in that little brain box, that little mind of yours, dissonance. As long as there are two competing ideas, to drink or not to drink, that is the question. You will struggle and expend energy trying to resist the subconscious messages using your conscious logic. Adult logic to the little subconscious gremlin. He's a gremlin. Catch him. But once you resolve that dissonance and are in one mind about alcohol, then that struggle maybe goes. Let's find out. So then there'll be no decision to make. We won't be having to use that willpower. And you can use the energy for something else, like saying no to that piece of chocolate cake. Of course, there's that ACT technique we talked about. We can use that to get rid of the chocolate cake as well, but we won't. We'll just focus on the alcohol for now. So today, take out a small piece of paper or press record and have a chat to yourself and to yourself. Maybe have a chat to me. Make a video. Send it to me. Tag me. See? Or you can do the pen and paper and write down a few of the facts about alcohol that you know to be true. Like alcohol, we've learned, actually increases the stress in this body. Even though it's awesome, have an awesome body and I honor it, I am stressing it out with alcohol. When I go out with my friends, I'm happier with tonic and lime. Yes, I don't need alcohol to have fun, but we've got to have the experiences of that. So I've got to put myself maybe with this band going and enjoying it without alcohol and stopping that. Like, yeah, I'm seeing a band. That's what you do. But if I have reoccurred experiences of seeing a band with no alcohol and actually have more fun, then I'll be like, hey, the last two times I saw bands, I had a really good time and there's no alcohol, and I can choose what I will do this time. I can choose. I can drink, I could not drink, depending if I got an early start the next day or depending on when I experience it, which way is actually more fun. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a band without drinking. I think I did choose to see some really big concerts. Black Sabbath I saw, and I chose not to drink then because I was managed to get right up the front, and I was like, no, not trying to get through that crowd to go to the bathroom. So I had a good time then. So I have experienced it, but I don't think it didn't. I probably need to have more experiences like that to try and get that cognitive dissonance together. You know what I'm saying. So when we write down those things or talk about them, keep the card handy in the wallet or cell phone case. Whenever you feel yourself relying on willpower to get through a situation, or you feel like you're going to give in, pull out the card and read it. I guess it's like writing a letter to yourself. So that's something that you could do. And keep it in your wallet and go, Dear John. That's you. Thanks for coming, John. Dear John, I will choose not to drink. No, not like that. It's what she said was, when I go out with friends, I'm happier with tonic and lime. I don't need alcohol to have fun. I would say go out and experience it and then write a letter to yourself saying, hey, remember the time you went out and did this, and you had fun without alcohol. So then when you're in a situation where you need it, pull it out and remind you. It's like the David Goggins thing where you have the cookie jar. Have memories of where you accomplished something really good, and you push into those memories. And we're going to have to create a lot of memories of having a good time without drinking to counterbalance the times that we thought, but we were having fun, but maybe we take it too far. I saw this funny meme, no, it was a video where this guy was drinking and he's like, I've got this breathalyzer and it helps me. And you think he's going to say helps him stop drinking, but he goes, nah, it keeps me at 2.0, not too drunk and not sober, right in the sweet spot. And he blows up, oh, 19, no, it was 1.8. Time for a top up. So he just keeps topping up to stay at that. Hey, try that. Don't stop drinking, but keep at 2. I think it was 2%. I'm not good at those percentages, but you get the gist of the story. So calming that dissonance in our mind will do more than trying to grit and willpower and using energy to get through this situation. Yeah. I agree. So there's people had reflections. Let's go through those. Carl says, I left work thinking I wanted and needed a drink. That was me. Maybe I was just what I do after the exam days. Yeah, come home. I did well, but I didn't. So Carl says, my boss has been a total jerk for a few days, and it was not like him to be like that. Anyway, it's very uncomfortable. I was able to resist the drink and ride it out. So we've got to ride it out. And I actually feel better. So pushing through that discomfort, there is a feeling better at the end. Alcohol does numb my brain, so I quit obsessing about all of it. I may or may not talk to him about it tomorrow, but not drinking is really my first priority. Yeah, it changes everything for me. I feel better, look better, and more clear-headed, less anxious, foggy, etc. I could go on and on. Thanks, everybody, and thanks, Annie, and thanks, Carl, for submitting that to be in the book. Cami says 2 things are going really well. Brackets, probably more, but these 2 are delighting me at the moment. Number 1, I'm waking up with so much more energy and my channeling it into all sorts of creative projects. 2, I feel my mood lifting a little more each day, and I was convinced I'd live the rest of my life under a cloud of depression and grumpiness. I'm welcoming back my silly, quirky, goofy self. I'm always goofy. I love the version of me. I think I am actually. I'm more goofy and fun when I'm not drinking. You're probably experiencing that. You haven't seen me when I'm not drinking. Back to the story, Paul. So Cammy says she makes me smile. That version of her. She's enjoying herself more. In brackets, and God love my husband for hanging with the cranky, grumpy version of me for so long. He's smiling more these last few days too. James says, for a while now, I have been somewhat grumpy. There's a reoccurring grumpy theme. We've got to push through this grumpy. There could be a happy side. If you're in the grumpy stage, there's a happiness that could be coming soon. Realize it. Sit in that grumpy old man and go, all right, this is just for now. Let's see if my mood changes. But we'll have to not drink to find out. Let's find out. See, James, his name was. He's been somewhat grumpy about the cognitive dissonance. I gave up alcohol for a bit after finding out more about booze, but then started again. I did that. I put a video at the beginning of this series where I talked about reading a book and alcohol. I was going to try and stop drinking back then after reading that book, and I didn't. The problem was that with my new knowledge about alcohol, I really did not enjoy drinking. So when we drink, if we choose to drink, we've now got a bit more knowledge about alcohol, so we can drink and think, yay, I'm poisoning my body and I'm putting it through stress, and tonight I may conk out and pass out, but I actually won't be getting quality sleep. We'll be thinking that when we're gonna have a drink, when we're drinking now. We've got a bit of knowledge, so we can't play ignorant anymore, unfortunately. But James also says, I hated when the hangovers and the anxiety that followed, and was even mad that by knowing more about alcohol, my drinking hobby, the thing that connected with me with so many people in life, had been ruined for me. So I kept drinking. He didn't want to give it up. Yeah, there will be people for a while that the social scenes, they'll have to get used to the new you. You may have made shifts and changes in your cognitive dissonance, big words, changes within yourself, but it'll take a while for your friendship groups to accept this new version of you, of me, of us. And it will actually put pressure on them. Will they change with you? Or the fact that you're walking this out might make them feel a bit awkward, and they won't want to talk about it. So they'll be like, yeah, just have a drink, mate. It'd be so silly. But you not drinking is bringing up their cognitive dissonance. So if someone gets a bit emotional with you, realize they're dealing with their little gremlin. They don't even realize it. So they'll go, what's wrong with you, mate? Come on. This is what we do. Well, they're getting used to a new you, and you're getting to choose, and they're getting to choose if they come with you. Come with us. Let's see who supports. And we need friends that support. Find new social groups. And if we do different hobbies and so forth, we may find different, I don't know, we'll find out. Different social groups doing different things. When I'm at the band thing coming up, if I go, there will be could be a group of people there that I noticed that's not drinking, and I might go chat to them, because the people who are knocking each other over and spilling drinks over each other won't seem as much fun. I don't want to talk to him. He's throwing up in the corner. Anyway, back to James. But this time is different. So now that he's doing it this time, all that seems to have gone. There's a clear blue sky in my head, not storm clouds. So even if you do decide to drink and you're doing this, there might be a few times, like me, I've done it a few times. First time me being really accountable and doing these videos. Find someone who may want to try this experiment with you. If you've got friends that are a bit more open-minded, go, come on, let's just do a month without alcohol. Come with me. And yeah, we'll see. And James says, I can confidently say no to a drink. It took him a few goes, but each time I would guess that he went longer and longer each time as this subconscious thing was slowly coming. Yeah, oh, each time, yeah, oh, hello. And now, like he says, I can confidently say no to a drink. Each time got easier and easier. So even if you say yes, it's okay. And I know there are challenges ahead, but I'm feeling positive about them. There will be challenges ahead as we go. I try to keep it at 20 minutes. We've gone over. So I was rambling. Do you like my rambling? Say, Paul, don't ramble. Write it in the comments. We'll see. Cheers. See you tomorrow. You know the drill. I'll let you go. Have some sleep. Relax in the emotions. Be interested in how your body is dealing with the fact that it hasn't got this weird chemical imbalance happening, and it will start to, like we've learnt, be more natural. It will create its own, it won't need the alcohol depressant. I was like, oh, I didn't get my depressants tonight. I'll have to create my own whatever chemical there is that it creates to make you go to bed. What's that chemical? What was that again? You tell me. Get some blue light blocking glasses. Some people do that. And when it gets to let your body know that it's getting sleep time. I haven't got any blue blocking glasses. Do you think they work? I don't know. We can maybe experiment with that later, not now. We're doing this experiment. We'll do other experiments later. Okay, it's enough for me. See you tomorrow.